My name is Ashima Ananda, and I have written a book called Charging Your Chakras, a practical guide to chakra exploration. You can find this and can pre-order it on my website. I also have a deck of cards that I've created for all of the different chakras. They have a mantra on the back. They have really good information on the front. I invite you to head over to ashimaananda.com and take a look at those, pre-order the book, and there's also some other tools that I have for sale that might just kind of enhance your experience, enhance the practices you already have, maybe develop new, wherever you are in your journey to this point. So that's available there at ashimaananda.com. The last, in these 5-minute videos, let me make sure I start my timer. Like I say, we talk about the chakra system. The last time we talked, I showed you the inside of the book, and I talked a little bit about how I refer to this fairly regularly. Now, I have it memorized, so I don't refer to this page specifically, but because of I know these concepts and I've been practicing with them for a while, I have memorized them. And what we talked about this last time, a couple times before, we talked about Muladhara, I am safe. So I've sort of kept that theme going. And this time we were going to talk about a concept called tapas and spanda. This is a concept that was introduced to me by the students of Rudy Ballantyne. They're in North Carolina. Shout out to his ashram. I think it's called Dancing Shiva. It's, like I say, in North Carolina. Anyway, I studied with them for quite some time, and one of the concepts they discuss at length is tapas and spanda. And what they're talking about there is a container and an elevation of consciousness. Now, what do those two things have to do with each other? Well, when you spend time creating a container, again, I don't put a lot of rules around this. I'm not saying, I'm never going to be one that says, well, the container is this size and this is how you build it. I never do that. Mostly because, like I said in previous videos, I feel like we're all artists. I know that art has been sort of co-opted by the professionals in the world, but if you can sort of remove yourself from that mindset and move more into the idea that, hey, even this person, this matter that I am is a work of art. I express myself as a work of art. Then I think what we can do is move into a place where, like the book talks about, practicing for ourselves, practicing for ourselves, practicing based on how we feel and what we want. And that goes back to an even earlier video. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? And when the time between how you feel and that you know how you feel gets really, really short, it gets really, really easy to begin to explore these practices like tapas, which means container. So you build yourself a container. It's really strong, or it's stretchy, or it's permeable. Whatever container you feel best in, where you have taken the time, know how you feel, express to yourself how you feel, and build a container that you can spend time in. And I don't mean a physical one, I mean spiritual container that you can spend time in, where you receive, and I mean receive, an elevation of consciousness called spanda. Do you ever have that experience where you're doing something and time flies? I do that a lot. I do that a lot here. I have definitely built, a container where I have my phone and I am talking into it, making a video, and I have my microphone but more than the physicality of my container is the spiritual quest of getting, and this is my own experience, the quest of getting the container the way I want it. I like a firm container. I like to build a container where I am safe, Muladhara. I can be expressive, Vishuddha. I am loved just for who I am, Anahata. I have the strength and the power in this container to speak my truth, Manipura. Oh man, that's really fun. I had a good time dropping into that. I sort of dropped right into that. And then that, you know how Sahasrara, right? So you could think of it like a download. You could think of it like a download. So here you've built your container. You're safe and strong and creative and loved in that container. And that elevation, just one more minute, that elevation of consciousness comes up, and that universal download is experienced, and you get this data dump, this data download. I don't like to say dump, that doesn't seem nice. The data download. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next video, but yeah, tapas and spanda, a container and an elevation of consciousness, sending positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. The light in me loves, honors, and recognizes the light in you.